Building a personal brand in 2024 is extremely simple. You don't need millions of followers. You don't even need tons of views. Hell, in a lot of cases, you don't even need extremely high quality videos. What you need is to have your name associated with the thing that you do, the thing that you sell, or ultimately just the thing that you want to be known for. I know this sounds like a relatively simple formula, but believe it or not, most people have the idea of personal branding completely misunderstood and think that you have to be MrBeast, Alex Hormozy, or Gary Vaynerchuk in order to actually make money from building a personal brand. I am here to tell you that after watching this video, you will fully understand what a personal brand is, and more so, you'll understand what it's like for you to execute on building a personal brand that will actually make you money and get you closer to your goals. You see, my big pet peeve with personal brands is that people try to make content about things that they feel like that they should make instead of things that are valuable to their audience. Let's say you run a coaching business, and inside of that coaching business, I don't know, you show people how to start their own coffee brands and sell coffee to like other people who make coffee. Essentially, how a lot of people will start out is they start off with things that they feel like is very important for them to know, like how to make the perfect cup of coffee, or how to get like amazing packaging, or things that have to do with design aspects, things that ultimately don't make people money. But when you actually find out and you sit down and see what your target audience wants, you're able to find out that those people actually don't care much at all about logos, design, packaging, or even how to make the perfect cup of coffee. Most people, especially in the B2B space, care about one very, very simple thing, and they care about how to make more money in less time, which means if you are selling any type of coaching offer, service, or like even just making YouTube videos in general, selling to other businesses, your formula should be just that simple. You need to figure out how can you package information into a 7 to 12 minute video that shows people how to make more money in less time. Now, this could look like a variety of different things, from you expanding people's horizons of how they think about a certain thing, from you calling out different industry topics, or from you simply just making blueprints around the thing that you do and the thing that you sell, and how other people can get started in that same instance. Now, I know this seems really, really simple, but honestly, it just works. And a lot of times when people are building personal brands, they do not do what I just said. Instead, they go off and make content that they feel like the world wants to see. The content does not perform, or more than anything, the content doesn't convert into paying customers. They quit, and then they pick it back up 6 months later. The cycle kind of just starts all over again. It's kind of funny, but like it's also really, really true. Most people don't understand how to build a personal brand, and more than anything, most people completely get the KPIs of personal branding wrong. More than anything, most people think that if I'm not getting at least 10,000 views, then the things that I do don't matter, which could not be more false. If you're selling any high ticket service, and if you're selling anything worth more than $1,000, then views don't really matter that much. A lot of you guys watching this video are probably selling services way more than that, but I want you to fundamentally think about the numbers and the things that you're saying. Because if you're selling industry specific services, which you basically have to do to start selling in high ticket, more than likely the industry or the part that you sell or service is not very, very big. I want you to think about this very, very practically. In the example I just gave, if you sell something like showing people how to start their own coffee-based business, you have to understand most people don't care to start a coffee-based business, which means most people will not care to actually watch your content, which means naturally your views will be low. But you have to think about this in the proper proportions. Compared to somebody who gets 10,000 views a video, they typically have a much broader and a much wider audience. So that person is able to get 10,000 views relatively easy if they're entertaining people, making jokes about stuff, or making extremely high level business content that has a very, very broad market. Whereas you, who sells a coaching offer, consulting, info products, have a very, very small market. So when you get 300 views, it's actually a really, really big deal because it's in proportion to the 10,000 people that are actually inside of your market, not the millions of people looking to how to make money on the internet. It's a very, very interesting nuance, but like it's extremely practical. And most people get this wrong all of the time. So I've seen countless people who have been doing B2B and like making really, really good content, but stop because their KPI metrics are completely off. One of the biggest myths around personal branding is that you do not need to go viral. Because even if we take this a step further, let's say you put out very, very high quality content and that content doesn't get a ton of views, like the algorithm itself doesn't like it, then that content itself can still serve an amazing purpose and convert in your business. And I'll just tell you how. Very simply, when somebody wants to do business with you, if you reach out to them through cold email, ads, or referral, or maybe they Google you and they hear about your business, every single one of those scenarios, the person who is interested in hiring you or getting services that you provide or buying info that you sell is going to do the very same thing. They're going to Google you. They're going to look you up on Google, maybe specific social media platforms, but usually just Google if somebody wants to find out who you are. And then what shows up? I'm telling you right now, if nothing shows up, or if a link to a terrible website shows up, a link to like some other person that's not you shows up, that person clicks off, they just go buy it from somebody else. This is the big thing that I think most people miss, because even if your content does not convert extremely well, what happens when somebody pulls you up? For a lot of my clients, I don't necessarily care to make them celebrities, and I try to be super upfront with that. What I actually care to do for them is to set them up in a way where when people Google you, when people look you up, when people type in the service that you offer and that you provide, and your name comes up, you look legitimate. Not that you just look legitimate, but then when people click onto that content, they want to spend more time with you. So again, in the scenario I just gave, if you sell high ticket services, how much easier do you think it's going to be if the person that before they get on a sales call with you, before they get interested in buying your info product, they just watch 3 full-length videos of your face on it talking? How much more likely do you think that person converts? Now think what happens when you stack ads on top of it, you stack cold outreach on top of it, you stack things that are already working inside of your marketing funnel on top of it. The only thing that will happen is that people will watch your video, they will know, like, and trust you more. And as any business college class has taught, the more time people spend with you inside of your business, the much more likely they are to convert. And honestly, it's just that simple. I think people get personal branding wrong, and more than anything, if you're selling B2B services, the platform that you actually decide to post on, you're probably overthinking as well. I'm telling you right now, if you sell B2B services, LinkedIn and YouTube, where your target audience is, which means you need to be very, very active on those platforms. You need to be showing up in a very, very authentic way that allows people to be able to see you. That means not ridiculous camera graphics or posts from a conference that you went to. Post things that are authentic to you. What do you do that nobody else can do? What is specific about you in this specific project with this specific thing that is going to make somebody say, I need to hire this guy, I need to buy their services, I need to buy their info products, because the thing that this person provides is so out there and it slaps me in the face whenever I find out about their personal brand that I can't help but buy into. It's very, very simple, but like, it's how people actually convert personal brands. A lot of people get that misunderstood. A lot of people, I don't even think, understand that you don't need a million views. You don't need crazy followers. You actually don't need anything except for a very solid internet strategy produced over a long period of time in order to get you the results that you want, which for my clients is like tons of money. I'm going to tell you right now, social media is not very, very difficult to actually do. As a matter of fact, just don't take the words that come out of my mouth. Look at my social media strategy. Look at my YouTube. Look at my LinkedIn. I promise I don't make these videos and do all of this stuff because I just like to see myself. It converts. When people find out about me, specifically when they find out about you or even my clients, they're going to go through the funnel that I just walked you through, because it is the only psychological way that people buy things on the internet in 2024. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you to make sure that if you are looking for personal branding services, click the first link down below and make sure you subscribe to this page, because I promise, I will be dropping way more cooler content that has to do with like personal branding, start a social media marketing agency, video-based content, and more specifically, how you can get better at selling your stuff. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. My name's Cam. See you next one. Peace.